Hello. In this video, we're going to graph the quadratic function following the steps in the previous videos. The function that we have is f of x equals x squared minus 3. Now, this function actually is in the vertex form that we saw earlier. But for now, we're going to ignore that, and we're going to actually rewrite this as f of x equals x squared plus 0x minus 3. This is the general form, and so this is actually in both general and standard form. It's kind of weird that it works out that way, but it's true. It is in both forms. So let's go ahead and go through the steps. The first step is to determine if this function is opening up or down. To do that, look at the number in front of x squared. In this case, it's 1. It's positive, therefore it's opening up. It'll be looking like that. Excellent. Now then, let's go ahead and find the vertex using negative b over 2a. In this case, a equals 1, b equals 0, and c equals negative 3. So if I plug in the a and b into the formula here, that's going to give me negative 0 over 2 times 1. Now, negative 0 is just 0, and 2 times 1 is 2, so 0 divided by 2 is 0. To get the y value, I go ahead and plug 0 into the function. That gives me 0 squared minus 3, and simplified, that's just 0. That's negative 3. Therefore, the vertex is the coordinate 0, negative 3. Outstanding. I'm going to go ahead and graph that real quick. So 0, negative 3 is right there. Notice that the function's opening up, so we are, in fact, going to have x-intercepts. Fantastic. The next thing I want to do is I want to find the axis of symmetry. It's always in the form of x equals a number, and that number in this case is 0 because that is the x-coordinate of the vertex. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a vertical line through the vertex, which just happens to be the y-axis here, basically. Okay, good deal. The next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept here, I need to find f of 0. So plug in 0 for the function. I get f of 0 equals 0 squared minus 3, which of course is just negative 3, and that's perfectly fine because that is, in fact, the vertex. So the y-intercept is 0, negative 3. And that should be obvious here because the x value is 0, the y value had to be negative 3. Alrighty. The next thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and find the x-intercepts. To find the x-intercepts, there is going to be an x-intercept, so we're going to take the function and set it equal to 0. So I'm going to say x squared minus 3 is equal to 0. And then solve this. Add 3 to both sides means x squared equals 3. Square root property means x equals plus or minus the square root of 3. So your two x-intercepts are negative square root of 3, 0, and positive square root of 3, 0. Wonderful. Now, when you are trying to graph in my math lab, it would be a little bit difficult to graph a square root of 3. So you would need to go ahead and just plot a point on there and then edit the value and make sure that you type in the decimal equivalent. Now, if you go to your calculator, if you type in the square root of 3, you're going to get 1.732. So this will be approximately negative 1.732, 0, and 1.732, 0. So what I would do is I would go approximately right there and approximately right there. So that's 2 other points. And that's actually enough. Oh, that was step 5 here, not step 3. We're not counting down, we're counting up. Okay. That's almost enough. But let's go ahead and find another point. And to do that, notice that if I just put in a 1 here, 1 squared is 1, 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So what I can do is I can say 1, negative 2 is a coordinate, which means negative 1, negative 2 is a coordinate. Also doing 2, 2 squared is 4, 4 minus 3 is 1, so it would be 2, 1. And notice that all of those are actually working pretty well. Again, if I plug in 3, 3 squared is 9, 9 minus 3 is 6. There we go, and another one right there. Fantastic, and then just connect all of these with a curve. Awesome. Oh, yes, that was step 6 there. Now for the last one, step 7. We want the domain and the range. Domain always negative infinity to infinity. In this case, the range, the lowest value is going to be right here, which is negative 3, going up to infinity. And I believe that's it. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and I will see you in the next video. Have fun.